Hey everybody, it's Robin from Roaming with Rover, and this is Finish It Friday. Well, as you know, I've been working on the turtle. The turtle! Let's look at the turtle. And I can show you where I'm at. Okay, so the front, all done. All done with the front. Love it. Working on the back now. So remember, I said what I was going to do was crochet it back. Back, crochet in the back. That's the top. I've got that much done and I'm finished now. I've started working on the bottom. So I'm going to crochet the bottom till it comes up 5 or 6 inches over, so it overlaps like this. So it overlaps, of course you won't see that part, but it'll overlap the back, and then I can slip it right into the pillow form. And I thought that would be the best way to get that thing into a pillow. So that way we'll be able to reach in, pull the pillow form out if you want to wash this thing. And then what I'll do on the sides, when I get this part done, I'm going to trim off some of that stuff, so there's just a little bit there. And then I'm just going to crochet like right there. I'm just going to crochet the front and the back together right there. And then on the other end, of course it'll be longer, and I'll crochet the front and the back together there. How am I going to do that? Yeah, I'll crochet the front and the back together there, then I'll have those 3, and then you'll be able to just sneak it right in like that and put the pillow in. So this is coming right along. If I had to guess, I don't know, 6 more inches of double crochet. Remember how much I enjoyed the crochet on the front of this thing. I love, love, love this pattern. And I loved doing the mosaic crochet. I'm so bored with doing the back. Just nothing but rows and rows and rows of double crochet. Now I am doing the linked double crochet. And wow, what a difference. Look at this. You cannot see through this fabric at all. And you know, with double crochets, that would all be wide open. This is a solid piece of material. Isn't that amazing? I'm just thrilled with this. Takes a little longer. It absolutely takes a little longer than just regular crochet does. I'm trying to find my end. But I'm loving it. I'm loving the way it works out. It's easy to do. It's for sure easy to do. It took a minute to get used to the action of it, because you know you're used to your double crochet. I mean, with me anymore, I don't even have to look at what I'm doing with the double, but this you have to look and see the placement of the hook into the correct spot on each stitch. So it's a little slower because of that, but not enough slower that it's, you know, ridiculously slow. So that's what's going on with Trevor the Turtle. Trevor the Turtle is very, very happy. So I have to take the hook and put it into the right spot of the stitch on every stitch. And then I go into the next stitch and treat it just like a regular double. Treat it just like a regular double crochet. And that's the only difference. That is literally the only difference. And that's because it's hooking the 2 stitches together there. I think you could do that with a triple, maybe with a half double. I don't know. I can't think. Does a half double leave, you know, that kind of a gap in there? I just can't even think right now. But for this, it is working out beautifully. Beautifully. And as I said, surprisingly, this is the only thing I am working on. I'm trying to get it done. At this point, I'm thinking by next week, it should be finished. So I'll be done with Trevor, and this is my last Christmas present that I'm working on. You know, it's chilly in here, so I'm going to leave this on my lap while we talk. So what else have I been doing in the crochet world? I cleaned my corner up. I went through all of the whips that I have sitting out, and not stuff that's put away. There's tons of those whips, but the ones that are actually sitting out in my crochet area. And I kind of went through all the bags and calculated what I'm working on and how long it will take me to finish each one of those projects. And I found my sunglasses in one of the bags. Already replaced those, of course. Could not find those sunglasses. So I have sunglasses. I have 2 pairs of, and it's so funny, when I bought a new pair, I bought the exact same pair. Isn't that funny? So just kind of revamping everything and tidying things up, which was really fun to do. Guess what else I found that I have been whining about for months that I did not know where it was? My crochet companion. Yes, this is the Crojo Corner. Crojo Corner. Remember, she was our guest a few weeks ago. Crojo Corner Crochet Companion. And this thing is wonderful. Of course, there's a bazillion pages in it that I haven't touched. But I got this, I want to say, in January. And I went through and made lists. So it was cool to look at the lists I had made for last year, and what I actually finished and what I didn't finish. And what I did on here was I went in, it was so nice, I went and I did my whole, I don't want to say whole year, but stuff that I know of right now that I either already have started, or crochet alongs that I'm going to start here in a couple of weeks, or things that I've already bought the yarn for. I have the yarn and the pattern, so it's all ready to go, or things that I just know I want to get done. So like my vanilla socks. So that's my kind of starting list for this year. And then that's the yearly. And then I go into the weekly, or I guess I did monthly. I separated it out by monthly, and I put in the list of things that I want to start working on right away. And then I've got my backup list. So when I finish any one of these, I'll grab the next thing off of my list, and then it'll get put into the rotation. We'll see how that goes. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited to have found this book. I know there's tons and tons of patterns. I said patterns because I split to the pattern page. I know there's tons of pages in here that I haven't used yet, and that's part of why I was so excited to have found this, because what I do have done in here is I've got some of my kits inventory. I have a lot of my hooks inventory, and got all my furls hooks listed. And the reason and my knitting needles too. And the reason this is good for me is, like last week when we had Pam from Furls on, and we had that surprise sale of the brand new Sagittarius hook that they downloaded, and it was going fast. If I'd have had this book in my hand, I would have been able to quickly go, okay, furls, I need an M hook. Boom, Sagittarius M hook. Instead, what I did was I picked one of the smallest and one of the biggest and called it good. And I don't even know the biggest I know I don't have, because that was a brand new hook size they put out. But the smallest, yeah, I think I'm okay. I have 2 in that size already, so nothing wrong with having one more. You know, I don't know about you guys, I'm so bad at this. I will have a project going just like this one. I will have a project going, and this hook stays with this project all the time. Because as we know, if you interchange hooks in a project, you're going to end up with different size stitches. So that's not something that we wanted to do. We absolutely wanted to keep the same stitches in this at all times. So the hook stays with, and some of my projects take a year or more to do. And so that hook is in use for that long, and it's going to be in the bag. I have started doing an individual, not a project bag, what is this? A notions bag, an individual notions bag with every project as well. So I've got a spot for my hook, I've got a little pair of snips, I've got a measuring tape in theory. I don't have enough measuring tapes to go around. So I have a measuring tape, I have a pen, I have an emery board, because you know how that goes. And, you know, various other little things. I have little clippies and things like that. So that way it doesn't fall out of my crochet. It doesn't get lost in the bottom of the bag. I put it right here in my bag. Every night when I'm done crocheting, I throw that hook. I put a stitch marker on here. I put a stitch marker on this so I don't lose my stitch. And then just a simple little stitch marker like this will go right there on my stitch. And then I put my hook in the bag. It just helps me feel like I'm staying on top of things. I have much less chance of losing my hook if it's in here. So That's how I keep track of my hooks. But I was so excited to find this book, and of course it's way out of date now, but I have this much of a chance of actually inventorying my product, where before I had this much of a chance, and keeping track of my projects that I want to do, and kind of keeping an ongoing list. I'm trying very hard, yeah, we've all heard this before, right? I'm trying very hard to control the amount of projects that I want. Oh, there goes the heat. I hope you can hear me. And also, the other thing that I did is I printed out the patterns. I like it. I like patterns printed out on a piece of paper so I can write on them and make changes and make notes and keep track of where I'm at. So this is going to be the next thing that I do. I promised Mister I would make him a vest. You see it? That's the vest I'm going to make. And this is an inspirations pattern, so it's free. It's a free pattern, so I have no problem showing it to you. What's his name? Mikey from Crochet Crowd. Mikey from the Crochet Crowd. He did a video on this, and that's where I found this. I searched all over for a decent vest. And so this is going to be the next thing I start. As soon as I'm done with Trevor, I'm going to make this vest. Then I will start on my next year's project list. I have new things in there. I have existing things that I'm working on. And I don't remember, crochet along, ongoing, 1, 2, 3 ongoing things, 2 brand new things. There's another brand new thing. And then I'm supposed to be doing a Zoom meeting with a couple of the grands to teach them some stuff. So it's like on the list, but it's not, it doesn't have like a deadline like other things do. And then I kind of roughed out how many weeks I thought it would take. You guys know I'm going to be doing the Sofa Universe. Not really a crochet along, just several people are doing it. And so I figured that's going to take me about 18 weeks. I'm doing the Fruit Garden Crochet Along with Dana's Wanderlust Crochet. I will put the link down below for that because hers is starting the first week of January, so we don't want to miss out on that. And I'm roughing 16 weeks for that. She did a couple of the panels the other night, and you know, when you're doing a new pattern, sometimes it's a little tricky to get in the flow. It took a bit on that first one, but by the time she got to the second one, it was going a lot quicker. So I'm roughing about 16 weeks on that one. I've got a striped Christmas. You guys have seen that one before, my striped Christmas sampler blanket. I got about 16 weeks left on that one. And so that's how I set up my calendar for the year of projects. And then I'm going to stick, I have this, the vest pattern. I'll put that in there in January, well actually in December, because that's going to be a December project. This is a project that I'm so excited to do. This is crochet. Isn't that gorgeous? Just gorgeous. It's called the Falling Leaves Ruana, and you know me, I'm in love with Ruanas. This was a free pattern. This was a free pattern at We Crochet, so absolutely grab that one if you're interested. I bought a green. I want to say it's a medium dark. It's not light and it's not dark, but it's a medium dark green. If I'm going from memory. I just thought that would be beautiful. I have so many things that are gray. My Sophie's Universe is going to be gray as well. But I thought a green would look really, really pretty on that. Do you love this? Don't you love that pattern? Yeah. So pretty. So pretty. I've got that. I found a printable pattern for the vanilla socks, so that's way down on the list. And I found a really cool pattern for my pickle jar yarn. It's crochet. The pickle jar was intended to be a knit. I found this crochet one that I really like. This is a cowl. So I may or may not actually do this pattern, but I definitely have my pickle jar stuff on my list. So this way, again, when I'm ready to go, I've got my pattern right here in my book, right here ready for me, and that's going to help me keep track of stuff. So I love my crochet companion. It's one of my favorite tools, and doesn't mean I'm always going to follow it, because you know there will be new things. And in fact, I saw something yesterday on Etsy, that I fell in love with. So I'm gonna see, and it doesn't start, it starts towards the end of January. I don't know that I've got room in my schedule, but I'm very excited about it. So we'll have to see. That might get thrown in the mix too. So anyway, that's this week's Finish It Friday. This is the week of, Thanksgiving was just a couple days ago. And so this is where I'm at on Trevor. Trevor, in theory, will be done by next Finish It Friday. That's the goal. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.